How you doing, folks? My name's Jesse. November 20th, vlog entry number 8. What have I been working on? Well, I've been working on a continuation of the idea that I got from that Uncle Larry video. The idea of really knowing your fingerboard and knowing how to play notes, licks, chords, anywhere on the fingerboard. So the video clip that's going to be interspersed throughout this is of me doing a pretty basic change, and I tried to dress it up. Minor 4, dominant substitution on the minor 6, dominant substitution on the minor 2, and the 5, dominant substitution on the minor 3rd, minor substitution for the 4, and then back again. And it was a lot of fun to do. It's really, it's a good opportunity to explore the fingerboard a little bit and ask yourself, what am I working on here? Where are the notes? And you discover some things. Like I discovered, I thought that was a cool chord. And when I was trying to do a variation of the D, let's see. I don't know what that is, but I think that's kind of cool. So it was pretty rewarding, and I'm probably going to continue working on it. Now, what have I been working on it with? This ayahuascan fever dream here, a D'Angelico Bedford, the Premier Series, so it's Indonesian. Basswood body with the stash hiding F-hole here. Maple neck, lovely maple neck. Single humbucker, they're supposedly Duncan designed pickups. 14-inch radius, 24 3/4-inch scale. How did I end up with this? Well, it was the end of July, and my wife and I were going to Nashville. Uncle Larry had said that Vince Gill was going to be playing at the Ryman, and my wife and I looked at each other and went, "We're available." And it turns out that Aaron Tippin, Sammy Kershaw, and Colin Ray were playing at the Ryman the night before on the Friday, which was a great show. And I'd just been given some really, really terrible news and a check. And retail therapy doesn't solve problems, but it makes them a little easier to deal with. And I had my eye set on this East Nashville music shop called Fanny's House of Music, or Fanny's House of Guitars. It's Fanny's House of something. Sorry. Anyway, they have a great online presence. I loved the videos that they used to do on YouTube with Ellen. And so I reached out to them and I said, "Hey, are you interested in trading? I've got some guitars that I could trade." And they said, "Sure, send us some pictures." So I sent pictures with descriptions, and they said, "Well, we like these," I think it was 4. So I brought them with me. And I was a little nervous because I'd looked over their inventory and I had some ideas. I wanted this Swart Atomic Jr. or Atomic Jr. Anyway, um, and I wasn't sure what they were going to offer me, and so I was running a myriad of computations in my head. Well, if I get this much, then I can do this, and if I get this much, I can do this, and if they don't offer me anything, or they offer me, at what point am I willing? Do I want to walk away, or whatever? I was going crazy doing the computations, and they blew me away because they offered me a lot more than I expected, and I ended up with extra money in the budget. And so I said, well, let me grab a guitar. And I was looking at their used guitars in the $300 range. And I said, if I'm going to get a used guitar that isn't a blue chipper, I should probably get the newest one that's in the best shape. And that was this one. So, understand, I love Art Deco. I do. I love Art Deco. And I love surf. I don't know how well these two go together. I like weird guitars. This is a little weird even for me. And I looked at it and I did not immediately fall into love with it. But I said, let me try it out. And when I played it, it's an amazing feeling neck. And it sounded good. I mean, there's all this binding. I don't know if it's real binding or it's faux binding on the fingerboard. Big jumbo frets. And I went, yep, I'm going to do it. Because I'd been given some really horrible news and I was looking for a dopamine hit. And we went and saw the shows. We went to visit my old college roommate. Went home, played it a little bit, played some other stuff that I got. Didn't play it for a while, found a case for it, put it in a case, put it back here. And a little later I pulled it out and I just kind of went, what was I thinking? I don't know the answer. I don't want to say it's buyer's remorse, but I kind of feel like back in my drinking days when I sobered up the next day and went, I did what? Oh, wow. Never in the history of drinking did I look back on the things I did and go, thank God I was in the shitter when I did that. If I'd been sober, God knows what would have happened. So, and the thing was too, like the neck kind of moved a little bit on it, and so the action was super high, and I was just going, I don't get it. What happened? But I adjusted the bridge, and I've been playing it for a couple of days now. And I can't help but think that this guitar was designed by somebody who wanted something different, who wanted something that really stood out, and really wanted it to play well and feel well. This neck heel is great. I love the feel of this neck heel. I've never had a neck heel this comfortable. This neck feels wonderful. I love the feel of this neck. Nice full sounding neck pickup. Get all your stratty tones. And the back pickup will bite you. So, I've got some gigs coming up in December that I'm going to be filling in for somebody. And I think I'll take it with me because, as you may have found out if you've played out, guitars sound different in your bedroom than they sound when you're playing with people. When they fall into a mix with other guitars, sometimes you're just like, I can't believe how this thing jumps, or I can't believe how this thing disappears. And it's really, I'm sure the pros can figure that stuff out really easy, but I still got my training wheels on. The other thing I do notice about this guitar is that it does sound radically different depending on the amp. Now maybe that's kind of an obvious thing, but I mean, I'm playing it through my Ignator Tweaker 15, which is a pretty growly amp. Last weekend I was playing it through my PV Studio 40. And I marvel, it doesn't seem like it's the same guitar. So, I'm not in love with it. I might sell it. But I'm going to play it out and I'm going to see what happens. I don't have to be in a hurry. It makes me think of that Pearl Buck book, The Good Earth. A poor Chinese farmer during the time of the Boxer Revolution marries a slave girl from the palace. And he marries her because he needs a wife. And because he doesn't have much to offer, he doesn't exactly get the pick of the group. Pearl Buck describes her as being particularly plain, unattractive. And the guy kind of resigns himself to, well, this is how it's going to be. But turns out his wife is super smart, super capable, and he prospers dramatically because of her. And then he becomes arrogant and full of himself, and he dumps her to go find somebody hotter. What's life without a little conflict? And the idea is that his wife is sort of a metaphor for the good earth, And there's some really interesting images that kind of bring that home. It's a great book. But I think of that when I'm playing this guitar. I'm not in love with how it looks, but I'm really intrigued with how it plays. And who knows? This could be the guitar I'm playing when I'm discovered. So drop me a line if you've ever played one of these, or if you ever played a guitar that you weren't super in love with. Anyway, I hope you have a good holiday. I hope you survive the holidays. Remember, your mental health is important. My name's Jesse. I'll talk to you later.